What's going on, everybody? We're back. It's your friend Will. This is the Memory Lapse, and we are continuing 1-1. So we're playing a break even this round with Gerard Fabiano's Jeskai Nexus deck. Had a really long match against Grixis last round. Punted it away. Doesn't feel good. Especially considering how hard we worked for that first win, or the game 1 win. On the play, though, I think we can keep. Double opt, help us find white. Nexus of Fate, not an amazing card in the opening hand, but you know we are playing 4 of them, and I don't think we can afford just to like mulligan because Nexus is there. Cool. So Glacial Fortress, pass. Someone commented on that video I posted around 9, the mirror match that we scooped before we jumped into competitive constructed, that that was an algorithm. That was the algorithm doing its bad work. And hopefully once they implement ranked, the new rank structure, we're not going to have to deal with that. All right, not good that we're in some kind of mirror-ish match and they have the turn 2 search, but let's opt again. And try to find some more spells. And so the way we're going to try to play this one, unless they tip us off that they are playing Nexus, in which case we have to assume they're on a lot less permission, we'll just try to represent interaction that we don't have and then hope that they play around it accordingly. So far we haven't seen white from them. So they could just be on like the blue-red Drake's deck that we were playing in the last series. All right, search of our own. I think we like that. This gets countered though, then we know that they're probably not on Drakes. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to assume that they're playing Jessup's, the Jessup Brothers Drake deck. Yep. There's the Enigma Drake, the old 0 Power Boy. So knowing their list, we know that they have 3 Spell Pierces. So we can't just jam Teferi here. We don't want another Nexus of Fate. Treasure Map's okay, though. They can't Spell Pierce this. I think it's giving us... I think they must have Spell Pierce because it's pausing. I guess they could technically have dived down. This map is great because once we flip it, that burst of mana is going to help us resolve stuff through their Spell Pierce. We can also make them blow a Spell Pierce on the Seal Away, which might create an opportunity for us to Teferi next turn. They have not put a card in the graveyard yet, which is interesting. They must be drawing a lot of gas. They must be having seeing just a lot of Drakes or Nizzits, stuff they know that's going to be good in this matchup. So we have to be pretty afraid of their hand, I think. Lava Coil down. Feeds the Drake. I mean, they need to do something. They can't just attack with a 0 power creature. Alright, so let's attempt the Seal Away. We expect that this will get rebuffed in some fashion. There's the Spell Pierce. Okay. So we'll take 3. We could have played that a little bit differently to try to take only 2. They're opting. All right, so they're taking 4. So this is going to give us an opportunity to play Teferi. Or unless they're opting for a land drop here. Yeah. Alright, looks like we have to take one more hit. So again, Spell Pierce is still live. So stopping the upkeep. All right, here we go. Big swing, Enigma Drake. Let's see it. Only 5. Okay. They're charting for value here. Alright, so we'll scry. They're leaving a lot of mana up, but we know the list, so we know it's just Spell Pierce. Land is good. Library. And they need to have like double Spell Pierce here. Actually, I didn't think about this play very well. But they can have dive down, so we just play the Teferi to take a hit. Yeah, this is not going to be nearly as good. Although it is going to set us up for some Nexus of Fates. So let's flip this now. We can untap. Yeah, we've kind of had been working with -2 cards once we drew the second Nexus too. That's made it a little difficult. There's a reasonable shot they just kill us here. Though we can dig to a seal away. So they only need to play 4 spells. Though given the speed at which they've been playing, I do think their hand is like a lot of Niv Mizzets and stuff. Or other Drakes. They have not been playing a lot of... Like they could have pushed a lot more damage last turn. They opted not to. No pun intended. Although by pushing this, maybe that means they do have it. Because it's 1 more damage here. Or maybe this means they're going for it now. They have to be a little careful, because they have to leave up. So we're dead to Shock here. Shock puts it to 9, and puts the Drake up to 9. See where this goes. I'm assuming it goes face. Yeah, there's the shock. So now we draw. We're dead to dive down. We have to hit and we're dead to dive down. Revitalize kind of does it. If they go to Spell Pierce it here, we pay. If they have this much instant stuff, I thought maybe they'd be sitting back. We actually have a shot now. If they don't kill us. They're the second dive down, so they still win. If that had played out, we would have gotten to untap with double Nexus Teferi and taken quite a few turns. Alright, so we know we want binding. Shivan Fires are good. The Izzet's good. The Justice Strike is good. We don't want Clarion against them. Probably don't want Settle. Hey, Ichi. No bark bark. Settle seems a little expensive against a Spell Pierce deck. But the upside of binding is pretty high. So what else do we want here? I can see an argument for the Lyras. I can see an argument for Negate. I can kind of see an argument for Legion Warboss in the play. Though they're likely to keep in their shocks. So let's just run it like this. That was another close one. I think we'll keep. Honestly. We have all the lands we need, and then we can just push any land with search. And we know that their deck is not that fast. They're not playing Arclight. It's a much more deliberate build. If we lose this match, we're going to have to decide what we're going to play next. So anyone in the chat who has suggestions, the decks I have kind of lined up, the one I wanted to try next was like probably green-black. Trying Brad Nelson's build that he played at the Invitational. So we haven't played green-black in a while, other than like the Singleton, which doesn't really count. Or we could play the Drake's deck again, because that deck is... This deck is like awesome. This deck just felt so good every game. Yeah, I would not have kept this hand without search. But with search, it actually seems like a good keep. Because we can just push every single land. Plumwood suggests Boros. I don't, yeah. I mean, it's just not really my style of deck. Yeah, we want this. It's just not my style of deck, so I'm kind of averse to playing it. And I also don't think that people like it. Though maybe we should. Like, we could probably do rounds really quickly, and we could just do a quick run with it. Johnny, old friend Johnny is here, and he votes green-black. Green-black is pretty good. I think that there was a Boros list from that Star City Games top 8. No, there wasn't. There were Celestia tokens. That was the other way we can go too. So Golgari or Celestia tokens. I think I pretty much always get like 5/1s whenever I go to Celestia. That deck is so good. So we can try both those. It'd be great to know when downtime is going to happen. So seal away. Yeah, we're just going to keep this because it's a spell. We don't want to draw land. We have Chemisters inside here. Shout out to Johnny Josneff in the chat, who is basically the person who taught me to play Magic way back in the Magic Online beta days. So everyone give him a virtual high five. Let's try to pick up the pace a little bit here. All right, so we see Enigma Drake. Cool. Library. So we can get them here with this Ixalan's Binding. As long as the auto tapper cooperates. And hopefully this is good. Obviously they still have the other Drake and they have Niv Mizzet, but this takes out 40% of the threats in their deck. And we got one of the 3 dive downs out too. Spell Pierces are becoming bad now since we have so many lands in play. They're bad for them. Well, I guess the question is, do we just go for the seal away on our turn and take 5? Try to find another point of interaction. I kind of think so. I think we just take 6. If they use this mana to play another one, we'll seal away. This one, untap, find another answer, hopefully. Let's just draw 2. Okay, they spell Pierce here. No. Don't think so. All right, so we can go for this. No, we're 1 mana short. Shoot, this is the treasure map. This is bad. Damn, we're in the exact same spot we were last game, where if they just have a dive down, we lose. But this lets us play around Spell Pierce. We had to activate the treasure map to find the second answer. Alright, we got it. So we know they're not on dive down. So if they're on anything, they're on Spell Pierce. Where are we on 3? We need spells. And let's just hope they're still on Spell Pierce and not dive down. Yep, looks like they are. Okay, so that's 2 Crackling Drakes down. And all their Enigmas are stuck. Stop on the upkeep. We would probably want to flip our map here. There's Crackling Drake number 3. So if we, with Nexus, we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do we want a Nexus, though? I guess we do. And if they want to make us pay these treasures, we will. We're still in our upkeep. I can't wait until they update this so we can see like the little phases a little bit better. That's a really, really nice update by them. All right. So we get to potentially flip the search here. They don't have dive down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. We're 1 short. But I guess no point in not doing it. It would be nice if we had 1 more land, we could at least draw with Revitalize. Graveyard, transform. Karn. I guess the question is it better to dig for like Justice Strike? I think we need to dig for Justice Strike. Or some similar removal. Shivan Fire does it. They can't answer this. So we kick it on the Drake. That was a lot of work to answer a Drake. but necessary work. So they're down to 1 Drake and 2 Diff Mizzets. And they could have played Div Mizzet last turn and they didn't. It's also been a couple turns since it was their last turn. So we've seen 2 Spell Pierces. Alright, there's Crackling Drake number 4. Keeping the dream alive. Let's take Nexus. Oh, we have 1 floating. Revitalize. Get us up to 17. Hopefully they can't kill us from 17. We can find Justice Strike here. It'd be really good. Opt. Just play Karn though. Kind of like just playing Karn. Plusing, making them decide between attacking us or attacking it. Oh, they have a stroke. Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. They have like 2 of these in the sideboard. Let's see if they can get to 17 with shocks. They could get to 17 here. Just depends on how stocked their hand is. We're getting close to having enough land in play where we can Nexus and activate Azcanta every turn. So if we get to that point, it's just a matter of keeping the loop going. Getting more lands in play until we can resolve a Planeswalker or something. But we do have to get lucky. Alright. So with this, 14. 1 shock does it, which is scary. We're tapped out. Yeah, they have it. Shoot. Tough. Super tough. They had all their Drakes and like their top 25 cards. All their Crackling Drakes. So it looks like we ended up getting the binding on the wrong one. Yeah, that one felt like that really should have been winnable. But every time we answered a Drake, they just had another Drake. And we went through way more cards than them. Game 1 was not winnable. I'm Sarkin. Cool. Well, that's it for this deck. Very long games. Kind of like, I don't know, maybe not the best content, though I know people like these Nexus decks from back when I played it in the Fog days. But definitely feels like I don't know. I don't wonder how. I need to watch Gerard's matches and see how he did and how he sideboarded. But definitely felt like. I mean, honestly, we technically didn't win a single game, even though we got 1 match win. The game where we suicided and then our opponent scooped. But it didn't. Yeah. I guess we probably could have and should have won the Grixis matchup if we had played tighter. This matchup felt tough, but again, I don't know. It's hard to say. Because it just felt like they had it and had it and had it their game too. But yeah, there we go. That's the run. I guess we're gonna switch decks for now, and then we'll think about coming back to this later. This might be a really good like best of 1 deck, but we'll see. So that's it for the YouTube side. Everyone who's watching the stream, hang on. We're gonna go pick a new deck, so don't go anywhere. But thanks again, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And stay tuned for another series with another deck.